Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing something special. I'm giving you a tech tour. So I have a lot of pieces of tech, and I just figured today I'd show you some of my favorite pieces of tech and little obscure things. So let's get right into it. First piece of tech is going to be probably my favorite, and that's my Steam Deck OLED. It's a 512 gigabyte Steam Deck OLED. It's got, 16 gigabytes of RAM, custom AMD CPU. It's a really good device, and it's been really versatile. It runs games great. I love using SteamOS. It's Arch-based, and I even have a custom sleeve for it, aftermarket case that will keep it nice and protected. Also has a kickstand. Yeah, just an awesome piece of tech. Great if you're not really into Linux, but you want to get into Linux. And of course, it plays games great. Unfortunately, it's just really expensive right now, so good luck getting your hands on one. Next up is my Windows PC. This is an ROG Flow Z13. This is the i5 version with integrated graphics. I got it secondhand. It's got plenty of stickers on it from the previous owner, actually. And unfortunately, this came with a keyboard. Keyboard doesn't work anymore. I'm pretty sure I actually got rid of it at some point. And it's not covered under warranty because this was made in 2022. The warranty expired a long time ago, but it still works great other than, of course, not having a detachable keyboard. Just hook up a wireless keyboard. It's got a USB-A port and it's got a USB-C port. You can hook this up to an eGPU as well. Just a pretty good little Windows laptop tablet kind of thing. It's got the form factor of a tablet with a kickstand in the back, so pretty cool piece of tech. Next up is a PC that is technically functional, but really sucks. I don't know where the charger is right now, so I can't really show you how bad it sucks. But it's an HP all-in-one PC from around 2019. At least I think that's when it was manufactured. It has an Intel Celeron, I believe, which, not a very good CPU. Has 4 gigabytes of RAM. Has Windows 11. I do have an installer for Ubuntu, so I'll probably try that at some point to just get Ubuntu on here. It'll probably run at least a little better. It'll at least be usable. But for now, just another kind of obscure little piece of tech. Fun fact, I got this for $7.50 at an estate sale because they just labeled it as a TV/monitor, and I'm not sure if they were aware that this is an all-in-one PC, but I got a good deal on it, even though I don't use it, and it sucks. On the topic of PCs is something that I bought pretty recently. Well, technically got it in a trade. This is a 2019 MacBook Pro. Unfortunately, this does not work. The battery health is pretty poor. I don't have an official charger for it, and the screen is broken. Also needs a reinstall of macOS, which I tried to do via the internet, and it just kept saying server's not available. So for now, this is just kind of an expensive paperweight. But if I do ever get this working, this will be a pretty good editing machine. It is an Intel Mac, so not as powerful as your M1, M2, 3, 4. Definitely not as powerful as that. Definitely runs hotter, but it's my one and only Apple device. Next, I ought to show you some peripherals. This is the cheapest wired USB mouse I could find at Walmart because I was on a budget at the time and I just needed a cheap mouse to get me by because my wireless mouse that came bundled with my keyboard decided to stop working. But it works okay. It's probably got terrible latency compared to something nice, but I don't really notice it. It's just a all on-brand wireless USB or wired USB mouse. Sorry, it has a cable, so it is wired. I also have a wired USB keyboard. It's HP. I got this for free at a flea market because they were gonna throw it away. It's missing one of the little feet on the back that kind of extend it up, but otherwise it works just fine. This is really my spare keyboard in case I can't find anything else, but it works pretty good. It's a membrane keyboard. Can't really complain about it. My main keyboard is this Logitech keyboard. It's an office keyboard. Pretty basic. It comes with a USB dongle, which thankfully I've not lost. It's in my dock for my Steam Deck. I did, however, have a mouse for it. It doesn't work anymore. Like I said, it decided to stop working. But it's a decent wireless keyboard. I don't have any issues with latency or anything. But then again, I'm not a competitive gamer. I don't play like Counter-Strike or anything. So I'm not really worried about that kind of stuff. But you might be. Who knows? Just if you're casual, it works. Next up is a power bank. This is made by Ugreen. It's a 45 watt power bank. Got a built-in USB-C cable for charging devices and for refueling the bank. And it's a pretty good power bank. I bought it mainly so that I can use it with my Steam Deck when I'm traveling. Give my Steam Deck a little extra juice. It also can charge my phone up to like 3 times from 0, which is kind of nice. Like I said, 45 watt power delivery. It has a USB-A port, a USB-C port. It's just a pretty good power bank. I have no complaints. I do believe it is... Well, I'll put the milliamp hours on screen. And speaking of Ugreen products, I actually have this dock for my Steam Deck. Comes with a built-in cable to plug into the Steam Deck. You can use this with laptops too, because Steam Deck is just like a PC or a laptop. So you can use this with Windows devices as well. But it's nice for the Steam Deck because it provides a stand. You slide your Steam Deck in like that, and you can hook it up to HDMI, different peripherals. It's got an Ethernet port, 2 USB-A, micro SD card, full-size SD card. So if I ever want to just use my Steam Deck and get rid of my other PCs, I can use it as a standalone PC just fine. Now I want to show off what is probably my most important piece of tech, which is my smartphone. This is a 2025 Motorola Moto G5G. It's a pretty basic kind of entry-level smartphone. Only has 4 gigabytes of RAM and a mid-tier kind of processor. But it's got a headphone jack. It's got USB-C, of course. I actually have Face ID hooked up on here. So it unlocks just by looking at it, just by me looking at it. It's a pretty decent smartphone. It's got a 120 hertz display, up to 120 hertz. This is like my everything phone. I use it to listen to music whenever I don't have my boombox available. I use it to watch YouTube videos, to edit YouTube videos. I use mobile editing software, which is why my videos kind of suck. That's mostly a joke. But it does what it does pretty good, and it's been the most reliable smartphone I've ever had. I've had 3 of these, I believe. Yes, 3 of these. The other ones I've just broken, just kind of being reckless. This one is actually in pretty bad shape. I don't know if it can show up on camera, but it's kind of bent from putting it in my pocket too many times. I put it screen facing out so that I don't accidentally pocket dial anyone, but it's kind of bent now. It's a decent phone though. It still works, and unfortunately, my phone in particular is locked to a carrier just because I bought it bundled with that carrier. I was already on that carrier. But if I want to switch service, my carrier's locking policy and unlocking policy is that I have to have this phone activated for a year in order to be able to use it with other carriers. So we'll see if this one lasts that long. Hopefully it does, because I really like this, and it's around $200 new. I got it cheaper. It was like 70, maybe $80. Great piece of tech. Kind of very versatile device. And the smartphone is pretty important nowadays. So definitely worth looking into. Next, I'll show you a couple of cameras that I do not use. First off is this little microscope camera. It's just a kid's camera. I got it at Goodwill. It was $6. Came in the box. It's got a little USB-C port and your SD card. You can use it as a digital microscope or just a camera. A pretty fun little thing. I'm actually going to see if it has any battery, which, yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, image quality isn't great, but you got to remember this is a kid's camera, so you can't really be too critical. It's a fun little thing to have around, even though I don't use it. And on the topic of cameras I don't use, I got this for like 20 bucks. I might have overpaid for it. It's a little Polaroid action cam. It's got a quarter 20 mount. I think it only records up to 720p. I don't have a micro SD card for it. It uses micro USB as well, which I don't have too many micro USB cables anymore. Yeah, it's not great, but again, I like collecting obscure tech, so it's just something I have around, and if I find a kid who wants a camera, I'll probably give it to him. The last things I'm going to show you are my TV and my gaming consoles. So I'm going to show you the consoles first. This is my PlayStation 3. It's not a launch model. It is a 40 gigabyte model, so unfortunately not backwards compatible. I got it in a trade for a PC that I had kind of did some upgrades to, and I'm pretty happy with it. I had to get some aftermarket controllers because the DualShock 3 that came with it just didn't work at all. But I do got a few games for it. I like to play it every now and then, or use it to watch DVDs and Blu-rays. Next, we got my Xbox One. This is a fat Xbox One that I got recently at a pawn shop for $50. It was $49 before tax. Pretty cheap for an Xbox One, but then again, it is like 13-year-old hardware. This is my main console. I use it for streaming movies and music and whatnot, and I also have a few games I like to play on it, like GTA 5, occasionally Apex Legends, of course Minecraft, even though I have GTA 5 on the PS3 as well. And then I also got Forza Horizon 4. This is a Samsung TV that I got for free. You're going to see here in a second it is damaged, but one thing that's nice, I turn it on. Oh, of course it's not going to do it this time. Well, yeah, it technically did, but I have to change the input. It's supposed to automatically connect to my Xbox. There we go. There we go. And I don't like this TV. I'm not a huge fan of Samsung Smart TVs. There's too much bloatware and just, yeah, not a fan of them. But it was free, so I guess I can't complain. There are some lines on this TV because it's not in great shape, but it was free. My last few bits of tech are, of course, my action cameras, my GoPro and my Extra Edge. I filmed most of this video on my Extra Edge. It does get a little hot while filming, but is, at least in my opinion, far superior to the GoPro, at least this Hero 9, which I also have. I used to have a Hero 5 Session. I'm not really sure what happened to it. And I also had a 2024 GoPro Hero, which I ended up selling. But I've got a few little mounts and whatnot, and these are probably the best cameras I've ever owned, especially the Extra Edge. But I'm a bit of a GoPro fanboy, so GoPro also deserves some love. Let me know in the comments which one you think is king. Well, anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching this and just listening to me yap about technology. I love tech. I could say it over and over again. I'll say it till the day I die. I love tech. And it's something I'm passionate about. It's like the one thing that I can endlessly collect and never get bored. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I beg of you, please subscribe.